Hello everyone. Myself is Divyesh Chaudhary. I am from Inform second year from Department of Pharmaceutical Technology. As part of major presentation of Power BI, I have created a dashboard data of employee attrition rate. I have created an interactive dashboard based on an employee attrition data set. This dashboard aims to understand why employee leaves, how attrition varies across gender, department, job role, and how can this HR can use these insights to improve employee retention and workforce and workplace satisfaction. What is the purpose of this dashboard? The main objective of this dashboard is to identify the patterns and trends behind the employee attrition, then to understand which departments and job roles are most affected, then to analyze whether attrition shows any retention to or relation to gender, business travels, or performance matrices, then to help organization take data driven decision for HR planning. Main objective of this data is it aims to analyze the employee attrition patterns by examining geographical and performance related data. What are its goals? Its goal is to identifying the key factors and understanding how age, marital status, department job roles affect the turnover rate of the company. Then highlights the trend attrition, then provides the insights, helps stakeholders address the key concerns to improve the employee retention, then supports the decision, use visualization techniques to guide HR in designing strategy to reduce the attrition. This overall analysis seeks to enhance the employee satisfaction, ensure the workforce stability. I will walk through this dashboard and we explain the visual one by one. In this counter of attrition by gender, in this first visualization, this bar chart highlights how many male and female employee have left the company. More male employee have left compared to females. That is, the male count of attrition is 882, whereas of female is 588. These could indicate higher mobility, more stress, or job dissatisfaction among males. HR can use this to plan gender specific retention strategies. Coming to second, that is count of attrition by department wise. The research and development have the most attrition rate of 961, and the second is the sales, which is 466 446, following by human resource, which has the lowest of 63 employees. This R&D usually involves long working hours and high pressure, which explains higher attrition. Sales roles are also stressful, target based, leading to frequent job changes. This can be one of it. Then coming to the business travel. This is the visualization one, which represents the visual of business travel and gender map. This map visual represents the location link with the employee business travel, gender distribution of those who travels frequently. From this visualization, we can interpret whether frequent travel impacts attrition, especially among males or female. Then coming to the job role attrition table. In this, as we can see that uh, whether employee in those role have attrited or not. This is useful for drilling down into the individual employee categories and performance, enabling HR to filter and analyze specific job titles. Then coming to the count of attrition by the job roles. As we can see in this is uh, this donut chart generally shows which job roles experience the highest attrition. Sales executive and research scientists contribute to the highest. This is the sales executive and this is the research scientist. As we can see, there is change in dashboard as I click on this. As we can also see the sum of percent salary hike and count of performance rating along with it. So the manufacturing directors, managers, and HR have lower attrition. This tells us that the roles with target pressure or technical workload face more employee turnover. So the overall sum of percent salary hike is 22,358, whereas the count of performance rating is 1,470. So there are two KPI cards, so uh, which is generally the two KPI cards as the sum of the percent salary hike, that is 22,358. So this KPI shows that total percent of salary hike given to employees despite salary hikes. The attrition is still high in some job roles, highlighting that salary alone cannot retain employees. And the count of the performance rating, that is 1,470. So this shows that the total count of performance ratings recorded. It helps to understand whether the low performance rating correlates with attrition or less. So coming to next sheet. So this sheet focuses on analyzing attrition through marital status, job roles, and total working years of employee. The aim is to understand how personal and career related factors influence the attrition. So in this waterfall chart, as we can see that this visualization is a waterfall chart that breaks down the total number of employee based on whether they left the company, yes or no. So as we can see that by clicking on the attrition, there is a change in visualization. So this is for no and this is for yes. So as we can see that uh, the what are its key observation, that the first blocks represent the employee who did not leave divided by the marital status. The next block shows employee who did leave again split by the marital status. The final bar blue indicates that the total employee count, and what are its interpretation are the married employee shows a higher number of non-attrition cases, meaning they are more stable in the company, whereas the single employee have relatively more attrition, indicating higher job switching tendency. And the divorce employee shows the lowest total count and moderate attrition. These suggest that the family responsibilities and stability influences the retention. Then coming to the top center, that is attrition trouble. So in this we can see that there are the two yes and no. These help us to understand either groups and analyze pattern in the detail. So this is for no and this is for yes, as I have explained it now. Uh, So, what are key insights from it? That the sales executive has the highest uh, job retention in the attrition of yes. When I click yes, followed by the research scientist and laboratory technician. Whereas when I clicked on no, the sales executive has the highest, followed by research scientist and laboratory technician. Then coming to this. When I clicked on the no, as we can see that count of total working years by attrition, the count of total working years is 1,233. So the employee who did not leave the have significantly higher total working hours, uh, and the data suggests that the employee with more experience are less likely to leave. So the new employee with fewer working years tend to switch jobs faster, maybe due to the lack of job fit, better opportunities, or dissatisfaction early in the career. This is useful insight for HR to strengthen the outboarding and early career engagement. So coming to the next sheet. So this section focuses on understanding attrition through education field, business travel, then workforce balance, overtime, job role, and monthly income. So this page of dashboard reveals how lifestyle factors travel frequency, and educational background impact the employee turnover. So this tree map count of overtime by education field and business travel. So this shows the distribution of employee doing overtime categories by the education field, business travel frequency. So these two. So what are the key insights from it? That the employee from life science uh, and the medical background form the largest share of the overtime workers. Many of them falls under travel rarely or travel frequently categories. So the technical degree marketing. So many of them fall under so technical degree marketing and other field have smaller overtime contribution. So what can we interpret from it? That overtime is more common in job roles linked with the life sciences and medical fields, possibly because this area involves R&D, laboratory work, and technical operations. So coming to the next, count of attrition by work life balance. uh, so this bar chart this bar chart shows how attrition varies across different work life balances, ranging from 1 to 4. So what are its observation are the work life balance rating 3 has highest attrition over 900 employees, and the work life balance rating shows a moderate attrition, whereas work life balance rating 4 and 1 shows a lower attrition numbers. So here 1 is a bad, whereas 2 is a good, 3 is a better, and 4 is the base work life balance. So what are its interpretation? It may indicate that the employee perceive their work life balance as average but still face a significant workload or stress. So those who have rated work life balance 4, that is base balance, shows the low attrition, confirming that the work life balance strongly affects the retention. Then the uh, this count of overtime by the job role. So this bar chart breaks down overtime by job role. So what are its key insight are the sales executive, research scientist, and laboratory technician have the highest overtime counts, whereas managerial, HR, director level roles have low overtime involvement. So what are its key interpretation are high pressure operational roles require significantly more extra working hours, whereas the excessive overtime can contribute to burnout, leading to attrition in these job roles. Then the average of monthly income. So this line chart shows the monthly income varies across the work-life balance. So work-life balance for four employee have the highest average income of 6,746, and gradually decreases from 4 to 1 employee with the poorest work-life balance receive the lowest uh, average of monthly income, that is 5,887. So what are its observation? So coming to next, that is the count of attrition by the education field. So as we can see that the life science of count of attrition for this for education field is that life sciences have the highest attrition, followed by medical, and marketing and technical degrees have the moderate attrition, and HR and other fields have the lower attrition. So what can we interpret from it is life science medical background dominates the role like R&D, lab work, or scientific position. So these job roles have high workload and overtime, leading to the higher attrition. So what can we conclude from all of this is across all three dashboard pages, several strong patterns emerge such as the job role impact. Sales executive, research scientist, laboratory technician face the highest attrition due to overtime workload and travel. Then department impact, what we can see is R&D sales department shows the consistently high attrition. Then the single employee, those with low work life balance tend to leave more frequently. Then at the experience level, employee with the lower total working years are more likely to quit early. Then what we can see from the education field is employees from the life science and other medical backgrounds have the highest attrition. And coming to income and retention, higher salary groups show better retention and better work life balance perception. So, in conclusion, the attrition is largely driven by the high workload, overtime, travel pressure, lower experience level. So, these are some factors. So, this dashboard provides a complete data driven understanding of employee attrition and helps HR to make informed decisions. So, this is my Power BI major assignments. Thank you.